Good morning, good evening and good afternoon YouTube, and welcome back to Croatia. If you watched the last video, you know we're here. So today I'm gonna tell you 10 reasons why you absolutely need to visit Croatia. I'm gonna also talk about my hometown a little bit, where I am now, and I'm gonna be showing you my little yard and house and barbecue a little bit, just so you get the feeling why I like to come here over summer. So let's go.
And I really wanna know.
Reason number one, beaches. Croatia is famous for its pebbled beaches combined with crystal clear waters. Now you need to be careful. There's a lot of lists on the internet about the most secluded, most kept secret beaches in Croatia, all that crap, but I'm gonna tell you about two of them, most well known, let's say. First one is the Zlatni Rat on island of Brač, also known as Golden Cape. What's unique about this one is it changes its shape depending on the wind, so the beach actually never looks the same. I'll find a photo somewhere and put it somewhere here so you can see it. And the other one is one of those from the list that is like known as the best kept secret of Croatia. Well, trust me, it is not. I was there a few years ago, and if you come there at the wrong time, you won't even be able to put your foot in the water. That's how crowded it is. It's all the charters or the buses, everyone just drives there to sell you the most kept secret of Croatia. And the same wording goes for the first one. The Golden Cape one is also a protected park or something like that. Just be careful, because if you come at the wrong time, you won't even be able to put your towel on the ground. That's how busy they are. Reason number two is Game of Thrones. If you're a fan of the show, you already know big parts of it were filmed in Croatia, mostly Dubrovnik in Split. Dubrovnik walls were King's Landing, and there is a fortress of Klis there that was town of Marine. The gardens there are the gardens in the King's Landing and things like that. So if you ever come and if you like the show, don't miss the opportunity to take one of the Game of Thrones like guided tours, because they will take you to the exact filming location where you can take photos with exact scenes filmed there and then compare them later and stuff like that. If you're a fan of the show, I'm sure you will like that. I'm walking around the house now. I just noticed I should probably clean this. We made an octopus there the other day. I'll put some clips over that, but yeah, that's how we spent my tabor here, and that's basically my yard. Yeah, but my next point, festivals. There is plenty of them in Croatia, and I have been in fair share of them, over 10 I would say, but yeah, they're all, not all, but most of them are on the coast of the lakes, or very secluded, which makes them perfect locations if you ask me. Some of the most famous ones are Ultra in Split and things like that. I like the one that is inland, it's called Ferragosto, but yeah, there is more than like 20-30 of them that are big every summer, and all of them have big names. So if you're asking for famous DJs, famous singers, famous bands, they all come to Croatia during summer to our festivals. Number 4, wine. Wine in Croatia has been produced since nobody knows how long. It is believed that ancient Greeks started first in the islands of Dalmatia. But yeah, the most prominent wines in Croatia are white. I would say like over 90% of them, which does not mean that we don't have some extremely good red wines. The most famous areas for wine in Croatia would be Istria and Pelješac. But, pro tip, if you're buying wine in Croatia, don't just go to the shop and buy a wine, because you don't want to miss out on the tours of the cellars, vineyard tours and all that thing. Just rent a car, drive around, especially if you're in a smaller place or an island. Just drive around, and I can bet you will run into a vineyard or something like that. You can just knock on their doors. They will all give you samples and take you on a tour and things like that. And then if you like the wine, just buy it straight from the producers. It is much cheaper and it helps them a lot. So yeah, do that if you're in Croatia, and if you're a wine lover just as I am.
Why do I have to be so humble when the rest of the world doesn't care about a thing?
I also told you we're gonna talk about my hometown today, so we will. It is a small town called Kutina in the continental part of Croatia, so no coasts, no beaches, but I don't know, I like it. It's not the most prettiest town in the world, but it's not the ugliest either. It's most known or famous, if you can call it famous, is because of its... Is this too bright a little bit? I think I need to be... Yeah, this is better. Is for a big factory here, which produces fertilizers for farmlands, big companies and stuff like that. I used my drone yesterday to film my hometown, so if I didn't fuck up something, that is what you are seeing now.
Only thing to do, you don't have to look no further, 'cause I take care of it for you.
just realized I need to clean my car too. I have a 5-hour drive today to the coast, but yeah. Anyways, let's continue. The reason number 5 is it? Dubrovnik. I already mentioned it with the Game of Thrones story, but Dubrovnik, also known as the Pearl of the Adriatic, it is a story for itself. It is expensive, it is overcrowded, it is all that mass tourism means, but it is also worth visiting. When you climb onto those walls, and you should at least once in your life, it is a little bit expensive. I don't remember how much, but I think it's at least 56 euros per person. You have a 2-kilometer walk on the walls around the town, and it's just spectacular. If you take a guide or a tour or something, you will hear all about the Dubrovnik Republic, how they abolished slavery, the first in the world, about the most recent wars and things like that. If you like history, there is nothing like it in Croatia. So yeah, go and visit Dubrovnik. I guarantee you will not regret it. If you like this video, you might like other videos we make. We make 1 to 2 per week, depends on where they are and how much time we have. But yeah, consider clicking that subscribe button, consider our Patreon, it would mean a lot to us. There's over 3,500 of you now, and we're not hiding from the fact that one day we want to be full-time YouTubers. So that Patreon really helps us. You get bonus content, you get bloopers, you get videos released before they are released on YouTube. There's more than few people there now already. It's a nice little community, so check it out. But yeah, let's go back to the video now. Reason number 6, climate. Of course, anywhere you go on a vacation, whether it's winter or summer, you will check the weather. Now, the weather in Croatia, especially on the coast, is very dry and very hot. During the summer months, it's well over 30 degrees, so be careful. I know Ginger Lady hates it. It's too much for her Irish pale skin. Sorry, Irish people, but it is what it is. But yeah, winters inland get well under 0 degrees, and the summer are well over 30 degrees. So we have it all 4 seasons. But yeah, if you would go on the coast, which most people do, anything between May and September, I think it is a safe bet. May and September being the milder option, and then June and July are just 35, 36, sometimes over 40, not every year, but well, mostly every year now, but yeah, you get the point. And this is Prim, our 8-year-old border collie who still acts like he's 2 months old. He's absolutely crazy. Wow, it's sunny now. Reason number 7, national parks. One of the most famous one, and the first one I will mention, is Plitvice Lakes. But there's a fact, little known fact, that over 10% of Croatia is national parks or parks of nature, which means protected areas. Now, Plitvice Lakes is I think most famous one, and it looks just like something straight out of Avatar. It is 18 lakes interconnected, and the colors there are just unreal. Now, anywhere you go in Croatia, just pick the closest national park to you, and you will not regret it. If you're on the coast, there's many of them, like Mljet National Park, Kornati Islands, Brijuni Islands, Krka waterfalls, which is, they don't allow swimming anymore under the waterfalls because too many people drowned. But I remember when I was 5 or 6 years old, 5 or 6, yeah, something like that, my dad took me there and we swam actually under the waterfall, and behind it, it was amazing. I still remember this to that day. But yeah, national parks and parks of nature in Croatia, just Google the closest one to you and just go. Did anyone notice this lady here? Come on, comment section. Does anyone know who this is? My dad likes her, and that's why it's there. The picture is not finished yet, actually, that's brand new, but yeah, come on, who's that? Reason number 8, seafood and food in general in Croatia. There is no fresher food in Europe than in Croatia. I am willing to bet my life on that, especially on the coast. You have seafood plucked straight out of the sea on your plate, whether it's fish, shells, or octopus, whether it is a salad, a rice, a stew. There is nothing fresher than seafood on the Croatian coast. Now, vegetables, I don't know what they're doing with them. The best tomatoes I ever had in my life are on the Croatian coast. It's like that's not the same plant that we buy in the shops. Now, if you don't like seafood, lamb on the coast, stews in inland pork sausages, anything you get in Croatia, it's so fresh. It's not even comparable to I will say Irish food because I live in Ireland, but I think it's, yeah, fresher than most places in the world. Reason number 9, it's easy to reach. And by that I don't mean just come to Croatia. Croatia is a very small country, so even when you get there, which you can do under like 2 hours from basically whole Europe, like Ireland is the, let's say, western edge of the Europe, and the flight is like, too bright again. think I am. The flight is 2.5 hours, so yeah. And even when you get to Croatia, it's a small country, just rent a car and within an hour, hour and a half, you can completely change your environment from the beach to hiking in the mountains on the snow. It's actually that easy. The diversity of environment, landscape I would say is the word, in Croatia is amazing. You have everything from fields, mountains, caves, tunnels. If you have a chance to get a tour of the army tunnels on the coast, it's mostly on some of the islands, don't miss out. But yeah, get my point. Croatia is small. It's easy to get here, it's easy to go around here. Reason number 10, and this one is a little bit unusual, is a museum. If you want to visit one museum in Croatia and you like some unordinary stuff, and you need to go to Zagreb, to the capital, and visit the Museum of the Broken Relationships. Now, what is it, you ask? It is literally that. People, when they break up with something, they bring one or two things from that relationship to the museum, together with the story, what happened and things like that. And that is actually very, very, very well made. I didn't expect I will like it, but I did. The only thing is, if your partner, girlfriend, boyfriend, anything is emotional, bring tissues. And that would be my 10 reasons to visit Croatia. If you like this video, press the like button. If you didn't, press the dislike one. Be sure to tell me in the comments what you think about my town, my yard, my reasons about everything. And if you really liked it, consider Patreon for many benefits, and I'll see you next week on the coast.
I had